excited you're watching this video. I hope it helps you a lot. All right, take a good look at my location and try to figure out where I am. Good luck. All right, so today we're on page 233 in your math book, and we're talking about writing decimals as fractions. And remember, yesterday you learned about the place values for decimals. So we're moving to the right of the decimal, and then the first place value is tenths, then we have hundredths, and then thousandths. All right, now, if a decimal has only one place, like 0.1, then that is tenths. And if a decimal has two places, that is hundredths. And then if a decimal has three places, that would be thousandths. Okay? Now, when we are keeping that in mind, we can write all of those as fractions. So if we had 0.1, we just talked about how that's tenths because it only has one place, so that would be tenths, and if we wrote it as a fraction, it would be 1/10. Okay? 1/10. We would just place the 1 over 10. Now, if we had 0.11, we have two places, so that would be hundredths. So we would just place it over 100. So we would have 11 hundredths. Okay? And then if we have three places, so 1, 1, 1, we've got three places, we would put that over 1,000 because that's in the thousandths place. So it would look like 111 over 1,000. Okay? So that is how you would write a decimal as a fraction. So you can just keep in mind that when we're writing decimals and fractions, we would just write as many zeros in the denominator as the decimal places in the decimal. So here we would have 1 0, here we would have 2 zeros, and here we have 3 zeros. Okay? Now, today we're working on class practice 1 and 2. 1, you're going to do 1A through H, and then 2A through D. So let's take a look at a couple of those together. 1, all we're doing is writing an equal sign in the blank if the fraction and decimal are equal, or not equal sign if they are not equal. All right, so equal or not equal. Okay, so let's take a look at A. We've got 0.4, and we want to know if that equals or not equals 4 tenths. Well, how many places do I have here? I've got 1, so I'd have 1 0, so that's tenths. So I'd have 4 tenths. My decimal is 4. Got 4 here, 4 tenths. That would equal. Okay, let's take a look at B. We've got 0.1. Well, we just did that one, so we do know that that does equal 1/10 because we've got one place, 1 0, and we have a 1 and a 1. So yes, those equal. All right, let's take a look at C. We've got 0.71. We want to know, does that equal 71 over 10? Okay, how many places do I have? 1, 2. How many zeros do I have? 1. So that would not equal, because this would be 71 hundredths. I would need one more zero here for that to equal. All right, and then we've got 0.68 for D. Now, does that equal 68 over 100? 68 hundredths. Yes, it does equal because I've got two places here. I've got 2 zeros. I've got a 68. I've got 68. 68 hundredths. This is 68 hundredths. Okay? All right, so now you work on E, F, G, and H under number 1. Now let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 is asking us to actually write the decimal as a fraction. So let's take a look at A. A has 0.7, and we want to write that as a fraction. How many places do I have? 1. Okay, so I'm going to have 1 0. That's just going to be a 10, and then I'm just going to write the number as the numerator. So 7/10. Let's take a look at one more. We've got 0.51. How many places do I have? 2. 1, 2. So I'd have 2 zeros. That's 100, because that is the hundredths place. And then I'm just going to write the number above, 51. So 51 hundredths, 51 hundredths. Okay, so you do C and D by yourself. All right, and we will go over those in the video tomorrow. Do the very best you can. All right, bye.